All right, so tonight I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I am going to be working with the True Love Designer Series paper, and I'm gonna show you how we can do different coloring techniques to really change this up. I'm actually, if you look at the catalog right here, I'm not gonna do this exact same one, but I'm gonna do something really close to it. But I'm gonna put my own spin and my own style onto it. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, the first one I'm going to do, and I've done a lot of the work already because I didn't want to take up a lot of time, but there were a lot of things I wanted to show you. So I've already layered a piece of Pool Party 4 by 5 1/4 on top of thick Whisper White, and then this is a part of that True Love Designer Series paper. And I went ahead, I did not buy the dies for this because I really didn't see how I was going to use the dies a whole lot. Turns out I've used them a lot, or I've cut them out a lot of images a lot. But you can see this is the card that I made before, and I'm just going to switch it up a little bit. Hey Sharon, hey Chris. So I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to use my Stampin' Blends for this. And I'm going to do my flower in Pool Party, and I'm going to do it really quickly. Try not to talk too much, but I'm going to go over these darker lines in here with the darker. They come in a combo. And so it used to be that I would do the light and then come back with the dark. And you know what? I didn't really see that it made a whole lot of difference if I did that. And since they are coming in a combo now, instead of just individually, I was using up more of the light than I was the dark. And since I didn't see that it made that much difference, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the dark first. And I'm probably gonna go back over this with, whoops, almost did the leaf in the Pool Party. I'm probably gonna go back over this to create a little bit more of a contrast with Light Pretty Peacock. Just because I want, or no, it's Bermuda Bay, sorry. Just because I want there to be a little bit more interest in there. I like it when it blends really well, but I also like it when it has a little bit more contrast. So I'm gonna take my light Pool Party. I'm gonna put my fingers over the leaves so that I don't accidentally do what I almost did. And I'm just gonna go with the brush tip, which is a lot faster. And I'm not being super careful here just because of time's sake. I wanna show you a lot tonight, so I don't wanna keep you on here a long time. So I thought I would just go ahead and whip this out. That's why I did a whole lot of the stuff ahead of time. So these Stampin' Blends, they're alcohol-based markers, and this is a piece of the Designer Series paper that I actually cut out. This paper is so pretty. I really wasn't sure how much I was going to use. It turns out I've used almost a whole pack just on stuff for myself that I've played around with. And I love that it's got, as you can see on this side, and of course it's bled through, but as you can see, you've got this type of a design, and then you've got flowers on the other side. And they're beautiful, and you'll see a lot of the different designs tonight as I play around. So now I'm going to go back over with the light Bermuda Bay. I didn't want it to be too dark, but I want it to have just a little bit more of a contrast to it. So I'm just going to go in there with my bullet point this time. I love that our blends have a bullet point and then a brush side as well. So, and I mentioned earlier on, if you're on and if you share this video, this live to your page, your name will go into a drawing to receive something free from me, and you never can tell. I've got a lot of free stuff from Celebration, so you just may score a stamp set, or you may score Designer Series paper or embellishments. You never know. So share away. Okay, see how that just added a little bit more depth to it just by going with that little bit darker color? Okay, so now I'm going to do I was gonna put Daffodil Delight on the center of the flowers, but I decided against it. So now I'm just gonna go with this darker Old Olive And you don't have to, as you can see, I'm just squiggling and doing just little lines as I'm doing it really quickly. And it's still turning out really pretty. And now I'm just gonna go back over with the light Old Olive and just kind of blend that all in. I started to say a minute ago, and I saw a squirrel, in that I noticed that this was designer series paper and not stamped. But if you're using your blends, they are alcohol based, you will want to stamp with black memento ink, and that will give you a really nice image, and it'll keep it from bleeding. Look at that, how pretty that is. This one I did the black background, but I wanted to just have a little bit different look to this one, and I am loving that so far. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop this up. I feel like I'm talking 90 miles an hour tonight. Pop this up, and then I'm going to stamp my sentiment. But before I do, I actually left it in the die because I want to show you, and hopefully it will work. I haven't tried it, but I saw a trick that somebody did today, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try that and see how that works. All right, so I left, hey Kathy, thanks for joining me tonight. So I left this in my die. This is one of the, this is the second smallest stitched rectangle. I'm bringing in my Take Your Pick that has the burnishing side on it. And I'm just gonna go along the inside like this. At first when I saw them do it, I thought that they were doing it to get it out of the die, but wait, just wait, and it looks like it's gonna work. I probably should have stamped it first. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, I don't know if you can tell, but it kind of has a padded, cushioned look about it just by doing that. I saw that on somewhere today, demonstrator planning place, a place where people who are demonstrators can go and see interesting things and stuff like that. And so I saw that, and it's the first time I've done it, so hopefully, I'm gonna test this out really quick. So hopefully my stamping will be okay. So, and also, let me pull this where I can kind of not be crooked when I stamp it. It's hard to stamp and not get your head under it. I did a video recently, and as I was doing a lot of coloring in it, as I was editing it, I noticed my white hair. In case you've never seen me, my hair is white. And I had my big old white head poking in throughout most of that coloring session, so it's okay. I fast forwarded and added a little music, so hopefully nobody was bothered by it. Okay, let's see. I'm going to take it up just a little bit. Okay, and let's see. I want to add some sweetness to it. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm going to bring in the Elegant Faceted Gems, and these are really pretty. I think I'll put one in here. These are kind of brushed looking. They're just really lovely. And maybe I'll come up here with one. So pretty. Now, I know what I'm gonna do. The last really quick thing that I'm gonna do to kind of top this off is I'm gonna use my Wink of Stella, and I'm just gonna go along in here, and it will kind of make it shine. So it'll give it an even more, a little bit of a richness. I'm about out. It makes it just a little bit darker, and it kind of makes it shine a little bit, not just sparkling. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that beautiful? And I love them both. This is one of the designer series papers, and this is one of the other ones. And they're just so pretty. I think I should put Wink of Stella on that and make that shine too. Beautiful. Okay, next project. Okay, so the first one I showed you how you can use stamping blends to do your coloring. On this one, okay, so this is this side. This is the side I'm going to use, and all of it was like this. Can you see it without any coloring to it? So I'm bringing in my watercolor pencils, and then I'm going to use my stamping blender pen. And I just randomly, now I have already done the leaves, so I can actually put that green one away. All right, so I'm just randomly doing it. I'll just grab one here and there, and you know what? You'll see I'm quickly doing this, and I don't even get it on all of the white space. It's okay. It really is okay, because once you get your blender pen going, you don't even have to. The blender pen just kind of moves that ink around, even though it's pencil. It just kind of moves it around. Let's see, and maybe I'll do one right in here as well. Okay, then I'm going to bring my purple. My grandkids, when they were little, they would say pernurple. They got that from their uncle. It was so cute though, pernurple. So I'm bringing my pernurple in, just going along and just doing a few here and there. I still get so much joy out of remembering some of the things that my kids said when they were little, or my grandkids that they say. My grandson has a friend named Matthew, and they have been friends since they were 2.5. And he, at one phase in his life, he called him Matmoo. And so we still call Matthew Matmoo. That is Balmy Blue that I'm using. And this is crushed curry. I'm just going to go along the center of these. I had forgotten to do these other ones. Well, actually, I left them all empty. With this, it almost has a little bit of a brown look with this pen or pencil. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in my pumpkin pie. The first one was Daffodil Delight, I believe. Yeah, Daffodil Delight. And let's see, I think I'll do one over here. And you see, I'm not even doing a good job of coloring. I'm just squiggling around here and there. And like this one is not very sharp. So you just take, this is a decent pencil sharpener. It's a Fiskars. I went through a phase of coloring books. So, and that's how you just sharpen them. But don't get them too sharp. Hopefully that I didn't cause that one to be broken off. My Daffodil Delight is almost broken. So anyway, just go a little bit. You can just squiggle around here and there. I'm going to do another one right in here. And then I'll bring in my Bermuda Bay in here. And hopefully, yep, I think that's it. All right, so now, and store your pencils this side up so you don't mess up the tips of them. Okay, so now I'm bringing in my stamping blend. I'm going to start with my lightest color, which would be the Daffodil Delight, and you just move it around like this. And even though you can see that I did not get it all over the petals, you can see that just by grabbing that ink, it kind of just gets moved around with that blend pen. I'm not even sure what all's in there. Maybe some alcohol, maybe some glycerin. I really don't know. To clean it when you're done moving that around, you just go like this on your paper. Then I'm going to move to my next color, which to me was probably the Flirty Flamingo. I don't think I told you that, but the pink was Flirty Flamingo. See all those white areas? See the white areas? Go like that, and it just fills them right in. Okay, trying to hurry because I have 2 more, I think, I want to show you. 2 more things I'm going to do with colors. Okay. All right, and now we'll go to the purple, or the pernurple in this case. It's amazing how that just blends that all in. And you know what? If you want to, you can kind of even leave a little bit of it not colored, and that kind of gives it an artistic look to it, I think. Almost like light shining on it. And look how fast that is. I feel like I'm speed doing it. But look how fast that is to do that. And the last one is probably the darker one, which is the Bermuda Bay. Nope, Balmy Blue too, I forgot it. Okay, I think that's it. Hopefully, all right. So that cleaned it off, and that's got it done. And I've put most of it together, most of my card together. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue this on. Thank you, Kathy. This is pretty like it is too, though. And I have seen where some people have taken their stamping blends and colored the stripes in. Hold on a second. I let my glue sit open for too long, I think. Yeah, you get that little goo in the tip of it, and then it doesn't want to go. So I can fix that. Hold on. Hopefully I can make this work. Okay, this is the Stampin' Seal. And there is definitely a little bit of a trick to it. Okay, it's very sticky too. I tend to like to use the glue better because then I can move it around if I need to, which a lot of times I need to. Okay, that's pretty good though. Although I think I put this on crooked when I put it on before. It's okay. All right, so now I'm going to take my black memento and I'm just going to say just a note. Oh, I did that last week, didn't I? I think sometimes you have to replace your memento after you've used it, and this is like 2 years old. So I think I've done pretty well with this black memento. Okay, hopefully it's not going to be crooked or too dark. It's pretty good, actually. Can't complain. All right, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of my stamping seal on here. And stick it on here. And I'll have all the dimensions for these on my blog. My blog will go live on Thursday, okay? Now I need dimensionals. If you could see me as I'm doing this, I'm like scanning my desk. What did I do with those dimensionals? Where are they? Where did I lay them? Oh gosh. I'm trying to be efficient and productive. Okay, just a note. And you know what? This is so pretty. I could probably pop out a, what do you call daisy. Use the daisy punch and pop some out right here. I'm actually not going to do that today. I'm just going to use the, let's see, I could use those or I could use these. What do you think? The black or the lighter color sequins? I don't know. I think maybe the black. I think I'll do the black. Okay. These are the black matte dots. And I don't know if they're going to show, really. Let me take this one down just a wee bit. I actually thought about doing one of the sequins with a matte, with a block in the center of it. I wonder, a dot in the center of it. I wonder what that would look like. Silly. Okay, I think I'm gonna do that and just kind of throw it off just by having the 3 there. And it looks like it might be a tiny bit crooked. There we go. I like that. Yeah, so that's so easy to do. And if you want that to have a little bit of a sheen to it, you can spray some of the Shimmer Mist paint on it, and that would give it a little bit of a sheen. Or you could even go over that with the Wink of Stella. I got a little bit of glue right there earlier. So I have a little, have you guys ever used the, hold on a second, I'll show you. Mine's looking pretty ratty right now, but you ever use these erasers? You can get them from any office stores, office supply store, or from Amazon. Look, all that goo is gone. And it's like magic. It's awesome. Okay, so there's my second one. Okay, so, and that, I used the sentiment Just a Note from Lots of Heart. This one I used My Heart Smiles Just Thinking About You. And that could be either Valentine's or it could be just for a friend. I have friends that I would send that to. Okay, next one. This is gonna be a fun one. And I almost squealed the other day. So I'm going to use this new baby. I don't know what the name of it is. It's some sort, it's not really a sponge. I thought it was a sponge at first, but look at this. It's not, it's little hairs, little fibers, little brush. It's a brush. That's what it is. But it feels so good. I just put it on my face because it feels so soft. And look at me. Okay, so this is the one that is here in the catalog, right here in the beginning, like this. And I'm going to show you how they did that. My card's going to be a little bit different. I've already done a lot of it ahead of time by putting most of it together. Well, not most of it, but I'm using a pretty peacock base, and I'm using a basic black on top of it. This is 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. This is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and then I cut this at 4 by 5 1/4. I may cut it down even more, just because I think I want some of that black to show a little bit more. Matter of fact, I think I will do that right now. So I'm going to cut that at 3 7/8. Y'all, I didn't really know a whole lot about measurements. Math is just not my forte. I can spell anything in the world just about it. I won all my spelling bees in school, but math is not my thing. But I learned really quickly. Yeah, I like that better. I like that black showing more. But I learned a whole lot quickly when I started doing cards. Okay, I have cut out a heart from the stitched hearts dies that goes with the meant to be stamp set. So these are the dies. I just cut a piece of magnet sheet, but these are the dies that these go to. They're amazing. They're so fun. I actually just made a sampler for Valentine's. And okay, so I have this repositionable tape. I got this from Amazon as well. Look how pretty that is on that side. So I'm gonna put a little bit of repositional tape on the back, and it will allow me to just pick it right back up. So I'm gonna place it right about in here. And it just kind of helps it stay in place, but it doesn't, maybe I should do it, but it won't stick completely. So I'm gonna go over just a little bit more because I'd like a little bit more space and raise it up a little bit too. I just wanna make sure that I have it not crooked, and I think I have it right. Okay, so I'm gonna use the, actually, you know, I did that wrong. I need to do that on, I'm glad I thought about that. Uh-oh. I grabbed the wrong one, y'all. Okay, it's coming right off though. I actually grabbed the stamp and seal instead of the repositionable. Duh. Okay, hold on. It's coming off. Good thing, huh? I definitely will need that little tape or that little eraser thing. Okay, repositionable tape. Okay. I did not want it on the front because I wanted to be able to show. I didn't want there to be ink on the front of my heart. So just kind of go in like this. Grab you some ink, and I'm going to start on the back side of it first. And it looks like I've got a little bit bigger than it did in the catalog, but it's okay. It's going to be really pretty. So, you know what? If you get bigger, then just go bigger. It's better to do that than look like you didn't mean to do it. All right, so, and the beauty of these things is that you can actually just take them and wash them and it will come out because our inks, these particular inks are water-based anyway. Okay, so now just pick that up and look. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so let me get my little doolally, get some of that off of there. And then let me get the rest of this off the front. Okay, and I'm actually going to pop this up with dimensionals on here. Okay. Oops. That was one that was exposed. I think the top of it came off. Okay. Okay. Now I'm just going to put this right back in here. Let me see. Is that how they did it? Yeah. But I want to cover it completely. There we go. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and glue this on to the front. Maybe I can get my, see the back of that? Isn't that beautiful? I actually did do, nope, can't get it to work yet. Okay, so we'll just do this then. Oh, I'm throwing things everywhere. This stuff, I'm telling you what, will straight up stick. Hey, Carol. Thanks for joining us. It's okay. It's okay if you weren't here right at. I'm just happy you're here. Okay. Alrighty. And so let me pick up my paper I just flung all over the place. And I was going to use, this is my sentiment. I'm going to use my Pretty Peacock ink. And this sentiment came from Heart to Heart. I'm actually going to feature, is it this one? No, Heartfelt is the one I'm going to feature next week, I believe it is, since we're coming up on Valentine's. I loved Valentine's when I was a kid because my dad would bring me a heart full of chocolate. Loved it. Oops. Okay. Let me try this again. And I'm going to move this because it's sticky now because of my little shenanigans. I love that word, by the way, shenanigans. I think words are fun. So anyway, my dad would bring me and my mom a heart that would be full of chocolate. And I'm picky about the chocolate. I mean, I'll eat them all. But I would stick my finger. I'm an only child, okay? And some may say I was spoiled. I didn't think I was spoiled. And my parents really did a good job of being able to say no to me. And so I don't think I was spoiled. But anyway, he did love on me. And he gave me chocolate and made me feel like a little princess at Valentine's Day. But I would stick my thumb through the bottom of them to see which flavors there were. I'm trying to straighten that out a little bit since I stamped it crooked. And I would go through the ones I liked the most first. So, and then I would eat the rest of them, but I liked the ones that I liked first. Every now and then I would just eat the ones I liked, and then I would eat one that I didn't like so much, just so that I wasn't going completely through the ones I liked all at one sitting. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay. Anyway, I try to stay away from sweets nowadays, but I sure did love those chocolate candies my daddy gave me. But, you know, as I got older, I kind of resent them telling me that I have to show love on a certain day. You know, because you know it is a card company thing, right? It is flower company and all that. I know, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be messing with anybody's parade today. But anyway, I just kind of feel like, you know, my husband and I, we show love all year long. And I like to use Valentine's now, not for my husband and I. We don't even go and do anything special because we both don't like to be told when it has to be done. We just try to do it all year long. And what we try to do is to make it better for somebody else. So we might do something sweet for a friend who is single or something like that, so that they're not alone during the holiday, during this particular man-made holiday. So anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. I think it's great, and I do send Valentine's cards to a lot of people, but my husband and I just don't bother doing anything ooey and gooey for ourselves, just because. Okay, and I'm going to show you. I'm taking the crinkle cut ribbon. And I am taking my Stampin' Blend, and this is the Pretty Peacock Dark, I think. Yeah, it's the dark one. And I'm just coloring it, and it really won't take too long for it to dry either. But I'm going to color a bit of it because I want to add it to my card. And I'm going to use some little, these cute little things. These are the heart charms. They're like little trinkets. So I'm going to use some of those. I'm not going to use that many of them. But, so I was thinking about, let's see how I want to do this. I think I might do, okay. I'm going to just maybe do this number like that. Okay. I think the best way to get that to stay in there is, you want to guess what I'm going to use? Glue dot. You have to know me by now to know glue dot. And this is one of those packages where they were done wrong. The glue is on the tab instead of the roll. It's so weird. So weird. Okay, I'm just gonna stick it up under there because I want it to stay and hang right there on the corner of this heart like this. And the glue dot won't show once I, see, like that. Okay, so then I'll take my, although I don't want that, I don't want it to be that far down. Okay. Sorry for all my fiddling. And sorry about my little soapbox I went on there. I really don't care if people celebrate. I think it's wonderful. I like to do it for my grandkids. But I just prefer to do it for people who probably don't have widows or divorced. You know what? I think what it is I was a single parent, single mom. I was divorced for a while, and I hated the holiday. It just, especially the first one. It was just so tough. And everybody else was getting flowers and candy, and it was my first one, and it was just so hard. And so I just feel for people that are going through that. So now I just try to be mindful. I try to be mindful of others where that's concerned. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of, I haven't even decided how I'm going to put this on here yet. Okay, I think I know how I'm going to do it, but it's going to require me to color just a second more. So just bear with me a second. How's everybody's night anyway? You having a good night or good day? It started out very overcast today, and I guess about, I don't know, noon-ish, something like that. Maybe it was, no, it was before that. It must have been about 10:30 or 11. The bottom just dropped out, and it stormed here. But it was very brief, and then it just went right over. And then it's just been very, very humid the rest of the day. I'm in middle Georgia, which we tend to have a lot of humidity anyway, but it's really been humid the rest of the day. We're close enough to Florida that we get a lot of the systems, you know, the hurricanes and the tropical storms and stuff like that, but we don't usually get the brunt of it. Although we have before. We have had power outages and stuff like that due to them, and wind damage, especially at our other house where we were surrounded in trees. I don't know why I subject myself to making bows on camera. Okay, I got to do that one again. Bunny ear. Bunny ear. I love, though, how you can color this ribbon just using your Stampin' Blends. Okay, come on now. Sorry. I usually don't have any trouble. It's probably because I'm trying to do a lot tonight in a short amount of time. Hey, Kim. Yeah, my friend Dorothy, she thinks that I'm a glutton for punishment for doing bows on camera. And I would have done this earlier to save time, but I really wasn't sure where I was going with it as far as this heart thing was concerned. So, sorry about that. I'll try to tidy it up quickly. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put a glue dot on the back of it. Okay, I think I'm going to, let's see. Let's see, where can I put this? I may scrap this altogether, this idea. It may be too much. Yep, that is too much. Okay, so what we'll do is bring this up a little. Okay, we can fix this. So we'll make this shorter. It was far too long. And we will do another glue dot. Put it right here, because I want it hanging down before you get down to there. But I didn't want it down that far. And then I'll put one here. And this is gonna remedy my little mess. And of course I'm going to cut the tails of these off drastically. That is crooked. Oh well. Okay. I can probably fix that with a glue dot and get it to lay the way I want it to lay, but I don't want to take any more time on this one. But I actually really do like the way that turned out. I think this is going to be a great card for my husband. And because I didn't want it to be too sweetsy, right? I didn't want it to be too red and pink, but it's okay. I think it's plenty manly just using the pretty peacock with it. So, okay, last card. And I've done most of this, and this is going to be an easy way to color. All right, so I'm just going to fold this up on itself so that, I don't know if you guys did that. I hold in-person classes, and I will save, because these will only be messed up on one side. And so I will save them and flip them over and use them for myself. All right, so the way I'm going to color this is with sponge daubers. Okay. Oh, Carol, you're enjoying the house to yourself? Don't you love it? Okay, so this is another piece, and I have actually cut this out using the stitched nested labels, and I think it is the third from the largest, maybe. And I'm just going to use a sponge dauber. And I'm going to start here because I don't want it to be too blunt. So I'm going to start like this and then work my way over onto it. And I am going to end up getting the colors mixed up into others, and I'm okay with that. This is going to be art. So I think these might actually be cabbage roses, but I'm not going to take the time to make cabbage roses. I want these to just be regular roses. So I'm just going to use my sponge dauber to apply color to them, like this. And I will actually end up leaving a good bit of the edges or at least some of the edges not colored, because I don't want to go too far into the other images. Okay, so I think that's got those roses, and I may come back and tweak it just a little bit. Now I'm using Mango Melody, and these are like lilies. I love lilies. Lilies are probably my favorite flowers. The Stargazer lily is my very favorite. And then the next favorite would be sunflowers. And I love roses. I love to grow roses though. I don't necessarily want you to send me roses or my husband to send me roses. I would rather him get me a rose plant that I can grow. I know, I'm really practical. Okay, so then I'll go along and maybe some of these other little lily things right in here. I'm gonna go a little bit lighter on them since I went darker on the bigger ones. Right in there, right in there. And this will come together a whole lot faster because I'm almost done. Gonna add a little green to it in a second. Okay, so you can see how I'm just kind of rolling that around in different places, and I'm not getting it all, and that's okay. All right, so this is garden green, and I'm just kind of dabbing it here and there. Okay. And as you can see, a lot of it's not even colored, and it's okay. I am totally fine with that. I don't think I'm going to go over the red anymore. I'm just going to get them out of the way so I don't have a disaster. Okay, and look how pretty that is on top of that red. This is also the stitched nested. I think this is actually the largest one. So this would be the next to the largest one, I think. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. Carol, you said you wish you could have classes. Yeah, I was having live classes. I had stopped last year well, I had a live class in February, and then I got really sick. And I was sick for a good month, probably closer to 6 weeks, but I'm pretty sure that I had COVID because I lost my sense of smell, taste and smell for a few days, and I was really sick. I stayed that way for a while. So I started having classes back about July, I think it was, when it kind of calmed down a little bit here. But a few weeks ago, a dear friend of ours, she was an older lady, she got COVID and she passed away, and it just kind of freaked me out, and it broke my heart. And my husband said, you know, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I just don't want anything to happen to you. I kind of wish you wouldn't do classes if you think about it. And I was like, you know what? I won't. I will just hold off for a while. And so I did. I held off. And so I'm not having in-person classes right now. And I miss them like crazy. But I am doing online classes again. So I meant to, you know what, I meant to say that. I'm going to show that really quickly at the end of this because I not only do this for Facebook, but I use these for my, and I'm looking for something, I can't find it. I use these for my YouTube as well. Oh, it's in the basket. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is from the Forever and Always stamp set. And, I mentioned earlier I did not buy the dies because I'm like, I just don't see that I'd use them that much. And as it turns out, I've cut and used them quite a bit. So, anywho, I thought I would somehow or another pull this together. Maybe, not really sure how, but maybe put it across in here somehow. I might do it like this because I didn't want that to be the only red on the page. So I may do something like this and then put love over it. What do you think? Should I or shouldn't I? I don't know. What to do, what to do, what to do. Let me hear from you guys. What do you think I should do? Should I add that ribbon there, or is it too much, and should I just leave it like this? It's not looking, I don't know. Maybe like similar to that. Or is that too messy? I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if I should just do it like that, where it's not, or maybe just do a simple knot under it or something. Or I could do, now you guys know I don't always make these ahead of time, so no ribbon, no ribbon, no ribbon it is. Thanks. You love how the red and black look together. I do too. I'm thinking that this takes away from it a little bit though. So I think I'm just gonna do this like that. That's pretty simple. And it's just a pop of red there, but I think if I use these hearts, I think that will finish it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, ladies. Needed that little affirmation. So I think maybe if I put a heart about here and there. Okay. I don't think you can see it. And I didn't tell you that this is actually black glimmer paper. This glimmer paper was in the fall, I don't think they call it the fall catalog, but it was the fall and winter mini catalog. And it was actually advertised with the Halloween stuff, but look how fantastic that looks with these two things. I mean, I think it looks amazing. And this turned out even prettier. I did not do this ahead of time, so I wasn't sure how it was gonna look. I know, brave, right? But I really, really like the look of that. And there's enough of the white in there that it just kind of pops. So I love that. And you ladies were right on doing the embellishments instead. Okay, really quickly, I'm gonna show you this. This is my online card class for February. I'm not doing Valentine's for February, but this is the Dandy Garden. And I don't know if you can tell, but these, I don't have them out, but these are actually pre-printed cards, and there are envelopes that match them. And they're beautiful. And then these are cards. These are the memories and more packages. So it comes with all of these memory and more things. I'll show it to you. I know, I'll show it to you in the catalog really quickly. It comes with, I think it's something like 60, let's see, 50. It's 50 of these double-sided little cards of the smaller ones. And then there's larger ones that they come with as well that are, there's 18 of those. I don't know, there's a lot of them anyway. So, so this card class, there's 6 designs. Let me get this out of the way. There's 6 designs. This is actually a fun fold with my instructions on the inside. And you can see how pretty they are. But the envelopes and cards here, and then the Memories and More card pack all comes with this card kit. So basically, the envelope and cards, there's 20 of them, and then this Memories and More card pack, which also has stickers with them, comes with it as well. So you get 2 packages. You get this complete thing here and these envelopes and card packs here, and it's $25 for the class, unless I have to ship it, and then you add another $5 to it. And you'll get the different things, like these are punched out of designer series paper. You'll get the ribbon, that sort of thing, the little ladybugs, everything that's needed to make these 6 cards. The great thing about it, you're primarily getting product that you're going to be able to keep and use on your own, that you can either make more cards because you'll have 14 of these cards and envelopes left, or you can scrapbook with it. So that's $25, and that's coming up. It's due February 15th. That's the last chance. Okay, so real quick, for those who were not on here in the beginning, you can either go back and watch it, or I can just show you real quick. This is what we did tonight. this is using the Stamping Blends. I used this one, I did Pool Party, and then a little bit of the dark Bermuda Bay, and then topped it off with Wink of Stella. Love both of these. Then the next one was this one, which I used the watercolor pencils and then used a blender pen to do this. And then this one, I used my fancy schmancy brush that I'm gonna promptly go and wash out to just all around there. When you do it, make sure you flip it with the back side up, okay? And if you were interested in this, I don't have a link to it at the moment, but this is Scotch repositionable tape. I got it from Amazon and it is fantastic. It repositions a whole lot better than this. And then this was my last one. So that's it. Thank you guys for joining me. If you're interested in my card class to go, you'll see it on mypaperconnection.com or my Facebook page. And the last date to sign up for this is February 5th. Thank you so much. I will be back next Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I hope you guys have a great week. Bye.